And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending some time with us here. We got some great content for you today. Jeff Hoffman back in studio with us. He's our mortgage expert contributor, Nationwide Residential Capital. We're going to talk with Jeff about things happening in the industry, real estate, mortgage, title, insurances, all kinds of topics to get into. The 50-year mortgage is being talked about. The big, beautiful bill. A lot of the things in that BBB have not even been fully implemented. So January is going to roll out. We're going to talk about some of the tax deductions specifically related to real estate that you can take advantage of. Also, big news, Michael and Susan Dell, remember Dell Computers? Dude, you're getting a Dell. $6 billion gift to American kids. How does it work? What is it? Who's eligible? And how does it work? We'll talk about that also on today's show. Getting $1,000 into a fund for babies born in the United States. So really cool initiative by the Trump administration to kind of set the children up because we all know about that compounding interest and how that works. So really cool topic there. Also, Campbell's Soup VP caught on a hot mic. Find out about this story. You won't believe what he said kind of behind closed doors. And by the way, if you're in a meeting, you never know who's filming or recording, right. Jeff, right?
No doubt.
You never know.
Oh, man.
So we'll touch base on that. Some good stuff. Also, you're invited to our party this week. It's a Christmas party, holiday party. It's on the 4th, Thursday, coming up here. Dave, we're going to be over at Crown and Bull Restaurant, one of the best little hidden gems over in Dunedin. Great spot, right?
Yeah, we love it over there. Absolutely. We have Dion Falzone, the owner of the place, and his crew, going to treat us fantastically. Of course, our food is outstanding. The ambiance is awesome as well. December 4th, Thursday, coming up, 6:30 p.m. Definitely wear some kind of red, green, festive, I don't know, we doing ugly sweaters this time?
Yeah, you can do that.
Santa Claus is going to be there with a photo op as well. Light appetizers is going to be covered by the Platinum MVP team, so come on down. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, come on out. That's our gratitude party, business mixer. You're invited. Our audience is invited to come on out and join us. We're going to have appetizers, food, drinks. And also bring your kids. If you want a photo with Santa, makes a perfect time to get your Christmas cards and everything sent out as well. All right, a couple of hot listings, and we'll jump right into it. As you know, we own a top real estate team here in Tampa Bay. We like to feature our real estate properties live on air. It's part of our strategy to help our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches. That's our highest duty as a seller representative, a listing agent, is to maximize the exposure and help our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate business. That's how we get a lot of our referrals, repeat clients. So we got a brand new listing here in Bradenton. This one's 5729 Garden Lakes Palm over in Bradenton, Florida. This is a lovely home. It's a 2-2, 56 square feet, gated community, Garden Lakes. You have a split floor plan, lighter colors there. Great opportunity to buy real estate. Beautiful sitting area in the back there, kind of a green room, greenhouse type effect there with the glass. Beautiful property here. Enclosed Florida room with glass there. Great opportunity to buy real estate. 5729 Garden Lakes Palm, Bradenton, Florida. A awesome opportunity. You're close to the clubhouse, fitness center, billiards room, heated pool, tennis and basketball court, shuffleboard, and recreational trails. You're also close to Anna Maria Island, Sarasota beaches. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We love our real estate listings, and we've got some beautiful listings. By the way, Weeki Wachee Marina is for sale. That's one of our commercial listings. So if you're a business owner, you're selling residential, vacant land, commercial properties, businesses, we can help you with that. Weeki Wachee Marina is for sale. The address is 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida, 3/4 acre lot. Well-established waterfront business, irreplaceable real estate right there on the Weeki Wachee River. Of course, access to the Gulf, and you have lots of different income streams. You've got John boat, kayak, paddleboard rentals, dock space there as well. You have retail offering fishing, boating supplies, on-site ice machine, on-site Airbnb rental, and you also have an authorized Suzuki servicer as well. So it's an established motor repair business. Great opportunity, 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee, Florida. And you can see all of our real estate listings. Search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And also, you can see all of our radio show, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Yeah, I'm racing like after those saving our ass overseas.
That's it. That's right. Yeah. Shout out to our troops. Shout out to all of our veterans, and of course our two service members that were killed by, or one was killed, the other still hanging on to life by a coward in our country that Biden let in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome in Jeff Hoffman back to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now Jeff is our expert contributor for all things mortgage side. We want you working with him on your mortgages. What all types of different mortgages do you provide, Jeff?
Oh, man, Brandon, we do everything. FHA, VA, USDA, investment opportunities, the DSCR loan, which is very popular, investor product, no income, no employment type loan.
Nice.
Home equity lines of credit, do those. There's a lot of people don't understand that you can get into a property with 3% down. There's an FHA 100% down program we spoke about before. So a lot of people think that you have to put a lot of money down to get a house, and that you don't have to. There's a lot of programs out there for first-time home buyers and people who've owned multiple properties.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest misconception people have about real estate is that, they're kind of stuck into this 80s mindset, 90s mindset of, I've got to have 20%, 30% down. I'll never be able to buy a house. That is not right. You can get into homes with zero out of pocket. You can also leverage the market right now. As you know, it's a little bit of a softer market. So you can leverage your negotiation and say, hey, would the seller provide 3%, 6% seller concession? So that's money that goes directly to the closing costs for the buyer, or maybe you say, hey, we'd like to have certain things repaired or updated. You can negotiate all that up front, and that's a big key is you got to have a great negotiator on your team, Jeff.
Oh, 100%. It's a buyer's market. Buyers are winning, right? Yeah. I mean, if you're looking and you're sitting on the fence, this is where you can negotiate a new roof. You can get repairs done. You can get the seller to pay your closing costs, right? If you're doing a 100% loan, whether that's an FHA 100% or a VA 100%, and you get the seller to pay your closing costs, you're zero money out of pocket. I mean, you can actually get your earnest money deposit back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the time to buy because you can win as a buyer. That's for sure.
So the big beautiful bill, there's a lot of deductions in there. There's a lot of first of all, deregulation, making it easier to do business. You've got tax incentives. You've got write-offs. And one of the biggest is that the depreciation up front. So tell me what you were talking about when we were talking about the idea of potentially taking out a home equity line of credit. Let's say you've got a bunch of equity in your primary residence, your single-family home potentially, and then you access that capital for the intention or purpose to buy another property, an investment property, which is in turn going to create more money, more tax incentives.
Oh, yeah. So what people are doing is that they're sitting on a ton of equity, right? They can get an equity line of credit, use that money, and to buy another investment property. We just talked about how it's important and how as a buyer's winning right now. So they negotiate a really good deal, right, on an investment property. And if you do a short-term rental, so a lot of people want to buy Airbnbs, right? They want that cabin property or something in the mountains, or it could be towards the beach areas, whatever it may be. But if you buy that property, and again, you can access it through a DSCR loan, which is no income, no employment. And if you buy that property and then you put on a short-term rental, you can do a cost segregation study next year before you file your taxes, and you get huge tax deductions on short-term rentals right now because of the big, beautiful bill. So a lot of investors are doing that because they get the tax advantage of the big, beautiful bill, and they also get the income from a income-producing property.
Yeah, and you take a company, for example, like Captain Will Smith Aviation, he's able, his team, they're able to buy jets and write off all of that asset purchase in the first year, which is huge for businesses, right?
Huge for businesses and wealthy homeowners. I mean, that this tax deductions themselves are advantageous to their bottom line.
Yeah.
Right, to when they file their taxes. So this big, beautiful bill is going to help out a lot of people when it comes to tax deductions.
Yeah, and we've got a great state with great leadership. Of course, the number one state for in-migration, number one in a lot of categories. Of course, number one in public education, number one economy in the United States, again, for the third or fourth year. But also like what Florida Governor DeSantis is doing, he's taking a bold stance against this Sharia law, an alien and dangerous ideology that has no place in our great state. So there's, they're working to eliminate that. They're going to have the state legislature, putting that into effect. So there's so many reasons why, Florida is the leader in a lot of these areas. So you look at the property tax, that's a big deal. So Jeff, when you're calculating single family home or condo, any type of purchase. Of course, a lot of it is the principal interest. Okay, that's your taxes, or I'm sorry, that's your principal combined with the loan amount times the interest rate. Now, the taxes, a lot of times, if somebody's lived in that home for 10 or 20 years, 30 years, your buyers will get shocked with the taxes.
Yes.
Talk through that, because I think that's a piece that a lot of people miss.
It's huge, because especially when they're looking online and they look and they see Zillow or wherever, and they go, the taxes are $2,500.
Yep.
Well, that seller's been sitting on that property for 20 years, and they've had homestead exemptions, which caps the increase their taxes by 3%.
Yep.
Well, once they buy that, so if they buy it now and next year the property appraiser reassess that value off that sales price, well, now their taxes have doubled. So for every single buyer of mine, we look at the proposed taxes. They need to understand what their payment's going to be once that house is reassessed. And that's where that whole lawsuit came with D.R. Horton.
Yes,
remember
that's right.
that?
Yep.
It's because they were using on the land value, not the proposed taxes. So clients can get really messed up if they don't base their mortgage payment on the proposed taxes and not the current tax bill.
Yeah, and if I'm not wrong, most counties will have some type of a calculator on their website, right?
Yep,
the property appraiser's website.
It is. So you could actually, you go to the tax, you can go right directly to the property appraisers, but if you go to the Hillsborough County or whatever county you're in, tax collector site, type in the address, and then you it'll hit the property appraiser, it'll link you over there, and then they have an estimator for taxes.
Yep.
And you can put in the purchase price, you're going to homestead it or not homestead it, and then you'll get to see what the proposed taxes are. And that's also huge for investors, too, because they're going to lose the homestead exemption as well.
Exactly.
So they understand what that payment's going to be moving forward after they buy the house.
Yeah. So that's a good consumer tip. And here's another one is something, title theft is a big deal right now. You see that guy, Mike Cox, going around on the TV commercials. Mm-hmm. He was on our show years ago, and he was one of the biggest title thieves. And he did, I think it was like $26 million worth of fraud down in Ybor City, and then he bounced up to the Carolinas. Matthew Cox, you can look him up. He was on American Greed. But anyways, here's a consumer tip, and it's really easy to do. I believe all 67 counties in the state of Florida have to provide this now. But if you simply do a search for your property address or your property, so you'd put in something like property fraud alert Pinellas County, for example. Once you go there, you put in your address and you put in your cell phone number, because I want to text. I don't want to go into my email sitting in a spam folder somewhere. I want to text, and it's going to tell you if any activity's taken place on your property. So make sure you do that. That's a tip. It's free. It's a free service provided by the counties, because if not, these property fraudsters can record fake satisfactions of mortgages, and they'll take out loans on your home. Next thing you know, you're getting collection notices, and you've got a list pendants filed on your property. So that's happened. That's a true story, and that's an easy way to do it, Jeff. Have you heard about that? Have you seen people take advantage of that?
Oh, I have, yeah. And in fact, these stories come out all the time, because and through our continuing education, we read studies on this.
Yeah.
And it's big time. And fraud in real estate and mortgage is prevalent. And Florida was the number one fraud state back when the whole housing market did.
Right.
So, fraud at title is big as well. So you got the straw buyers and you got the title stealers. So,
right.
Yeah, big time.
Straw buyers, title stealers. And, it's kind of funny, too, because people complain about Florida and contractors and this and that. And I say, well, here's the thing. When people get arrested in Pennsylvania, New York, Chicago, wherever they're at, and they say, I probably don't want to hang around here because my reputation's gone to what. Mm-hmm. Why don't I just move to Florida and start over down there?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So it seems like you get a lot of people moving down here and just saying, hey, let me get a second start. And instead of rehabilitating, doing things the right way, unfortunately, a certain amount of the population is going to do things the wrong way. So,
that's right.
But yeah, so Jeff, what else do we need to know? You talked about DSCR. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. So the debt service coverage ratio loan, very, very popular for investors. We can do that all across the U.S. But what it is that because there's no income, no employment, you can actually close the loan in your LLC. So it doesn't show up on your personal credit. You hold title in the LLC for protection purposes. But yes, you can. It's based on the actual rental market of the house. So as long as the rental market can cover the mortgage payment, you can be approved.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's 20% down, 25% down. Usually it's between 20 and 25, depending on, in this market, there's so many good deals. You can put the 20% down and it still cash flows.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity that's where a lot of people, a lot of investors are doing that across the U.S., especially on short-term rentals, because it's less documentation. You're not having to provide tax returns. You're not having to provide pay stubs, W-2s, nothing like that. And the big difference is the rates are actually lower on that program than they are on conventional loans.
Wow.
Right now. Crazy, right? They're lower on that one, and you can close in an LLC.
Wow, that's interesting.
Big
All right,
time.
so reach out to Jeff Hoffman, Nationwide Residential Capital. Call the show hotline, 813-917-1894. We'll put you in touch with Jeff, 813-917-1894. Of course, any real estate mortgage advice you need, we would love to talk to you, kind of debate those ideas you may be bouncing around in your head. NationwideRC.com is his website, and also ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. All right, quick break, right back. Dell, $6 billion gift to American kids. Also, Campbell Soup VP caught on hot mic talking about his own food products. We'll talk about that later on in the program as well. And we have Eric Conte joining us as well. Also, Marathon Billboards, Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my good friend, Brandon Rimes. Stay tuned.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at KW.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, And Jeff Hoffman in studio with us, Nationwide Residential Capital. He is a mortgage loan originator, can help you with all your different mortgage loan products. We'll talk more about that 50-year mortgage, kind of debate that a little bit. There's pros and cons there. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Before we do, we like to feature our real estate listings on air. If you're thinking about listing a property, we would love to talk to you, share with you what we do, all of the different strategies that we employ to maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of your real estate. 9914 Ala Vista Drive in Gibsonton, Florida. This is a beautiful waterfront home, 1,900 plus square feet, elevated stilt home on a quiet street. You're at the end of a quiet street, large waterfront lot. You have access to the Gulf. Bring your boat. You got a 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift, fully solar powered, and you also have a metal roof. This is a beautiful property, 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. Another one of our beautiful listings, 3308 Landing Place. This one is over in Palm Harbor, Florida, Cobb's Landing, one of the best little neighborhoods in all of Tampa Bay. You have 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, over 3,000 square feet, over a third of an acre lot. You have private pool, outdoor entertainment area, private marina with boat slips onto the lake, Lake Tarpon, 2,500 acre lake. Gated tennis and basketball courts, that is, waterfront park, playground, scenic walking trails, and more. Check out 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida, and you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can search the MLS there, and to see our radio show expert contributors, all of our complete roster of experts and all-star panelists at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Jeff Hoffman in studio. Jeff, this 50-year mortgage has been in the news a lot lately. What's your thoughts?
You know, it has. It's debatable, but I think it's just another tool to help achieve some home ownership, right? You know, at the end of the day, most people don't stay in their home 30 years. You know, that loan on average is either refinanced, sold within the 3 to 5 years, especially first-time home buyers, right? Most 50 years probably a first-time home buyer, and so I think it's a good option for someone to achieve home ownership, right? I mean, it's going to give them a lower payment. It's just another tool to allow them to buy a house. And again, they're not going to be in that house for 50 years. No way. They're going to refinance it. Yeah, they'll refinance it or sell it.
What's the number? Like every 5 to 7 years is the average move, right? I mean, it's something like that.
For sure. Yeah. It's about, especially first-time home buyers, right? I mean, that 50 years probably geared to first-time home buyers. They're there 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's something else to think about. It. You know, this affordability word is in the news a lot lately, right?
Yeah.
So you think about the affordability and how the left uses that. But if you think about it, really, the affordability crisis has been a drain on our economy by adding over 20 million, potentially 20 million illegals into the country. So that raises the cost of everything. Housing has gone up because of that, and they got to live somewhere. And then you got all the social services where they're pulling off of our systems where we have a certain amount allotted that are paid by us, the income generating business owners and W-2 workers out there. So anyways, that affordability term is a key, but that kind of plays hand in hand with that 50-year mortgage. But hey, a lot of good things happening. I think we are in a good position right now. There's going to be a lot of people moving into the state of Florida. We had, of course, the election in New York went the way we thought it would. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how much migration Florida has in 2026. I think it could be a banner year, Jeff.
Oh, I do too. And I think, what is it, Santa's still offering money for first responders to come here? Right?
I think that,
police, he's still doing that.
Policemen, sheriff
pay
deputies.
Pay them $5,000 to come here?
Yep.
Absolutely. Come live in Florida instead of New York.
The law and order state.
Yes, exactly. Law and order.
Yep.
I mean, Florida's a retirement state, and so you're going to get all these people still coming this way, and it's going to be a banter year for 2026 for sure.
I believe so. Yeah, a lot of things. And then also the property tax reform that's happening. I mean, if we can eliminate property taxes, that's going to be amazing.
Huge benefit. And I think everybody, if they understand how it would work and how it could work, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm getting clients, call and email me about it. Hey, is this a real thing? I'm like, yeah. If the legislature doesn't clog it up with 8 different items, 8 different bills, but there's got to be a 60% threshold because it's a constitutional amendment. Right. It's not just something they can sign off with a majority. Jeff Hoffman, how do people connect with you, my friend?
They can reach me on my cell phone, 813-918-7445. Be happy to answer any questions they have, talk about credit, anything that they have concerns about or just want to know in general options. They can just reach out to me, not a problem.
Yeah, reach out to Jeff, 918-7445. Doesn't have to pull your credit. You can just talk about it, have a conversation around real estate and mortgage. All right, Jeff, thanks for coming in, man.
All right, good to see you.
All right, Campbell's Soup VP got caught on a hot mic. What did he say? Find out more. Also, Eric Conte coming up, Marathon Billboards, local business owner here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right to the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Hey, we greatly appreciate you spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're your consumer advocate here in Tampa Bay. Think about our show as the hub of your financial, your business, your financial wheel. You know, each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our on-air expert contributors. So we're going to be your local Google for all things related to real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, technology tips, all types of ways that we help you here. Local entrepreneurs, business owners as well, of course. A little heavy on the mortgage and real estate side, of course, because that's our background. But we always feature our listings on air. We've got Eric Conte joining us in studio as well. He's the owner of 2 different companies we're going to talk about today. Marathon Billboards for local businesses that want more exposure, and also Great Outings and Travel. He's got a social club as well here. So we'll touch base with him. Also, Campbell's Soup VP caught on a hot mic. Find out what he said. And also Dell. Remember Dell Computers? Dude, you're getting a Dell. Well, he gave him and his wife $6.25 billion gift to American kids. And it's starting with that Trump account where you can invest $1,000 from the U.S. government for babies. So we'll talk about what it is, who's eligible, and how it works. We'll talk about that here coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. Beautiful listing, great opportunity here in Tampa Bay. We've got a great home for sale. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3-car garage, 35 square feet, quarter-acre lot, just under a quarter-acre lot, open concept living room with tray ceilings, oversized sliders that open to a large lanai that's screened in, and you got a nice green view there of the conservation behind you. Primary features a ensuite with dual vanities, oversized walk-in shower, private water closet, and a spacious walk-in closet as well. Triple Creek, the kitchen is gorgeous, by the way. Look at that large island. You got the lighter color, whiter color kitchen cabinetry there. Beautiful property here. Triple Creek community as well. You got 3 pools, splash pad, clubhouses, fitness centers, playground, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, walking trails with low HOA fees and no flood insurance required. 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. Another one of our beautiful listings from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, Mueller's Lane in Safety Harbor. Do you want to build a home? Have you thought about, maybe buying some dirt, saying, honey, instead of buying and resell this time, why don't we buy some dirt and build? Well, here you go. You got 3/4 of an acre lot in the heart of Safety Harbor, walking distance to downtown. Perfect spot for a beautiful home here. 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor, just minutes from charming downtown Safety Harbor, Felipe Park. You got the breathtaking waterfront views there of Tampa Bay. Sparkling Gulf waters just a short drive away. Honeymoon Island, Dunedin, Florida, very close by. Of course, a short trip to the Tampa International Airport as well. 5026 Mueller's Lane. We got a lot for sale, vacant land, buy and build, Bishop Creek Estates. Great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can see all of our radio TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
He's just made in America.
No. All right, Eric Conte in studio with us. Eric Conte is a local entrepreneur, business owner, CEO, Marathon Billboards. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little bit more about Marathon Billboards, and we also want to talk about your business as well, Great Outings and Travel.
So we are currently on record right now. This has been the best 90 days of my business. I think a lot of the public has seen us driving around. We are the guys with the Teslas with the giant digital billboards behind them being towed around town. What sets me apart from my competition is when you're on my billboard, it's your ad for at least 1 hour straight.
Nice.
This fixes the whole ADHD issue where, we don't want somebody looking at your billboard and then looking at the next customer 20 seconds later.
Yep.
We want them to remember you.
Yeah.
And now I can go exactly where you want us to go. And now I can also do up to 9 different messages for you, which really brands your brand into people's brains. And most of my customers are paying me $339 a month.
Man, that's a win.
Now, they're not getting every single second of the month on that, but they're getting close to 20,000 views by doing it this way.
I love that. Yeah, that's a great idea, man. Look, especially if you want to farm a certain area. I know for us, for the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, we're running up and down 19, going down Tarpon Ave and that kind of area.
Yep.
Palm Harbor, Tarpon Springs. That's where we want to be. It's 5 minutes from the house. So, yeah, I love that. So you have localized, customized local billboards being pulled by the Tesla, and that's a whole nother idea. Just plug it in at night, right?
Well, I did the Tesla because I was spending $100 a day on a gas vehicle 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And 4 years ago, there were really no other good choices. There were no trucks that could pull this that were electric only. There were no hybrids that could really pull this. And there were no other electric vehicles that you could charge with ease throughout the day.
Yeah.
So we really didn't have a choice. And it's saved me a lot of money, which has saved my customers a lot of money, which gets my customers to stick around longer.
I love that. And then you also spun off your this other company here, Great Outings and Travel. Let's talk about that. So you got a social club, kind of go out there, is it designed for single people to meet or just?
It's not designed for anybody specifically.
Okay.
So I was part of a single club, and it was great. There were a lot of positive things. The problem I had with it was all of a sudden my friend would get married, or they'd get a girlfriend or boyfriend that wasn't in the club, and now I'm losing friends because of the whole out of sight, out of mind thing.
Got it.
So I decided to basically venture off into start my own company. Cool. We kind of do the same things. We go to baseball games, hockey games. We go to concerts. We go to bars. We go to restaurants. We go to fancy dinners. We actually have a trip to Portugal this coming August. We're going to Vegas this coming May. We're going on a ski trip this coming February. So we do big travel, little travel,
nice.
Cruises. We do anything and everything. And you can be married. You can be single. It doesn't matter to us.
That's pretty cool. Might have to get on that Portugal trip. That's where my family's from, my dad's side of the family. So, but I've always wanted to do that. That's a bucket list for sure.
Well, and this year that's where the solar eclipse is.
Oh, okay.
And whenever we have one in America, I don't feel like driving out to Iowa to watch a solar eclipse because what if it's raining?
Yeah.
But if it's raining that day in Portugal, you're still in Portugal.
Yeah.
We'll have a blast.
That'll be cool, man. I like that. Have you heard about these retirement plans yet? This is pretty cool. By the way, if you just joined us, Eric Conte in studio with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. But I've heard talks about this, and I've actually talked with Mark Hay, our financial advisor, on the show about this. But Michael and Susan Dell, they give a $6.25 billion gift to American kids. What a cool. And it doesn't that speak towards capitalism? I mean, the guy creates a computer company. I think he may have dropped out of college, and then he has just, of course, billions. So think about it. If you're giving away $6.25 billion, I wonder how many more billions you've got stuck away for your own self, right? So anyway, so he's talking about this Invest America's venture. So essentially, this is for a Trump account, essentially, where President Trump has kind of spearheaded this. And what is it? Okay, so it's an account with $1,000 from the U.S. government for babies. It's invested in select stocks and ETFs, and it's tax-free growth until withdrawn at age 18. You must have a Social Security number, and it's for U.S. citizens born 2025 to 2028. No income limit. And then how will it work? These Trump accounts. How will the Trump account work? Parents can contribute up to $5,000 annually. Employers can also kick in $2,500. And money can be withdrawn at age 18 for educational and other qualifying uses. After 18, the accounts function like a traditional IRA. So I love that program, man. You give these kids a leg up, and it's kind of like that saying, a hand up, not a hand out. So you get them started on the right way. What's your thoughts around that, Eric?
I love helping.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the money, you're nearing retirement, you've got $6 billion, why should we sit there and leave it in some account for no reason? I'm trying to think of the word I've used, but we have that problem where people just kind of the rich, super rich. Very often they hoard the money.
Yeah.
This guy here is trying to send it out to the country, so that's great.
Yeah, and it's really neat. Like my hometown where I'm from, there's it was a small town called LaBelle, but there was a fund that was set up. I think it was because the park in town is called Barron Park, and I think it was the Barron family. But they did this years ago. They had all this money. They put it into a bond, and essentially, instead of even touching the principal, every year, any kid that graduates from LaBelle High School, or at least the way it used to be, gets a free 2-year tuition at Edison Community College, paid for by this philanthropist who set this up years ago. So I think that's really cool to be able to give back and to get to a point where you can afford to give back. And I think that's part of I think it's biblical. I think it's it's in the Bible. Because people mistake that saying about greed, money being greed. It's the love of money being the root of all evil, right? So, but yes, to have capitalism, to be able to grow your businesses. And, speaking of entrepreneurs, we've got Eric Conte in studio, marathonbillboards.com. Check him out online. If you have a business and you want to promote, he can help you with that. And then also Great Outings and Travel Social Club is his other business as well. So that's really cool. Now, we were teasing this story as well. I want to get to this clip. So it's kind of a little bit hard to listen. So turn up your volume maybe a little bit here to listen to this clip. But this is the Campbell Soup VP talking about bio meats in a meeting. So you're in imagine this, you're around a board table, you're in a boardroom of your company, and somebody films you or captures the audio, maybe not the video. But check this out. This is pretty crazy.
People who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it. Look at me, bioengineered meat.
Bioengineered.
I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
A 3D printer.
All right. So this is a recording from an executive that was secretly recorded during a meeting, according to a lawsuit filed in Michigan Wayne County Circuit Court. The suit filed by Robert Garza, former cybersecurity analyst for Campbell Soup, accuses Martin Bally, the company's vice president and chief information security officer, of making the offensive comments during a meeting in November 24th. Garza recorded a conversation which he said took place at the company's headquarters in Camden, New Jersey. Local 4 News Detroit reports. In the recording, obviously we heard what he says, and that has now turned into a scandal. Garza, who began working for the soup giant in September of 2024.
Okay. So I guess, one of the key takeaways here is if you have donations that you need to get rid of, find your Campbell Soup and donate those first. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible. That's actually bad to say. But, but what do you think about that, man? I mean, we live in a world now where they're bioprinting. They've got this 3D printer. Now, I've heard about 3D printing in real estate. I've heard about like some of the future.
I've seen that
down the road where that's going to come into play. I don't know about bioengineered meat, man. I don't want any of that. I don't want crickets, and I don't want bioengineered meat. How about you, Eric?
Well, back in the day, lobsters were the cockroach of the sea.
Yeah.
And now they're a delicacy. So, honestly, I say as long as long-term it's healthy, go for it.
Yeah, what's in it, though? I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked at that.
Yeah, but what's in our regular foods? I mean, come on.
Red dye number 40?
Chickens are running around this big, and all of a sudden you buy them and they're this big.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything. So to say that I trust this less or more.
Yeah. I hear you. I know that's, and it's expensive. You buy organics. I know we buy a lot of the shipping clubs where they ship the meats to you. I'm part of a buying club there, too, but man, this guy was hot. He was hot. Yeah. He's like, I don't want to eat this stuff. I'm not gonna. Why would we sell this? And but anyways, yeah. So kind of an interesting topic. I thought that was definitely something to get to. So what else? Give us some other tips now here. So you've got your outdoor Great Outings and Travel Social Club. Do you have anything coming up? What's new there?
So we're very new with getting this rolling.
Okay.
But with that being said, because of its newness. Is that a word, newness? I look like an idiot now online.
No, let's go with it. I like it.
Because of how new it is, we're making it extremely affordable. It's $25 a month. No contracts, no commitments. Your price will never go up. Future people will pay an initiation fee.
Okay.
But the initiation fee is waived right now. So you're looking at $25 a month. If you hate us, you're out $25 or maybe $50 if you stuck around for 2 months.
Yeah.
But so we're just getting it off the ground, and we're going to be just having a lot of fun, meeting a lot of new people.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. That's awesome. That's what I love about entrepreneurship. You just start these businesses, and you see what blossoms. You kind of go through phase 1, phase 2, and then there's a lot in the news too. From the state of Florida trying to eliminate property taxes. I mean, that is such a big undertaking. I mean, how many people would have thought that, right? And if Florida can do it, if we can pull that off in Florida, I think there's going to be a domino effect of states that look to follow that. But I love the idea of eliminating property taxes.
I think we could do it because of the tourism.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be easy for Camden, New Jersey to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got imports and exports, or in-migration and out-migration, and Florida's number one on that list for a long time. California's number one on the flip side of that, and people moving out of that state. This was kind of interesting too. I guess we got to go to a break here, but when we come back, I want to talk about this one. The UK police arrest a man over a shotgun photo. They seize his devices and destroy his livelihood. A guy named John Richelieu Booth posted a picture of himself holding a shotgun in Florida. You'll never hear, when you hear the details on this. We got to take a quick break. More with Eric Conte here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, follow us online. We'd love to connect with you. We're almost to 1 million views now, Dave. I saw that image you sent me. We're at 900,000 views on our YouTube channel. We're almost to 1 million views. So if you could like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel, check us out on Rumble, at Brandon Rimes 1, at CQB Show. Please do that. Greatly appreciate everybody supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rimes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation, aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online, willsmithaviation.com. That's willsmithaviation.com, or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. DavidReynoldsJewelryAndCoin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at DavidReynoldsJewelryAndCoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. DavidReynoldsJewelryAndCoin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net. For all of your surveying needs, land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team. UK police arrest a man after shotgun. He had a shotgun photo, apparently, while he was vacationing in Florida. and they seized his devices, destroy his livelihood. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. We also have Eric Conte in studio. We're going to talk about his businesses here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We always feature our listings online on the show here, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. And we like to feature our properties. So let's look at our bar. We got a bar for sale, y'all. Anybody that would be kind of in that buyer pool of saying, hey, I want to buy a bar? Well, we got one in Plant City here, 5402 West US Highway 92, Plant City Commercial Building. We got a bar for sale. The Finish Line Saloon is for sale. You got 1,700 plus square feet. Just over a quarter-acre lot, commercial zoning, and you also have a coveted 4 COP license. This is one of those liquor licenses where you can sell not only, of course, drinks, but you sell packages. You can have this on a location. You can take it with you to certain locations for file for a permit. Great opportunity to buy real estate. We've got a commercial property, a bar for sale right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 1905 Horseshoe is another one of our listings. This is a single-family home. We have a nice curb appeal, beautiful pool, screened-in pool there, lighter color on the interior, and beautiful property. You also have Walden Lake that offers trails, a dog park, fields, playgrounds as well. So low HOA fee. 1905 Horseshoe Drive, Plant City. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 car garage, 2,300 square feet. Great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our listings online and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can also see all of our radio TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right. We'll go to this story here. So UK police arrest a man over shotgun photo, seize devices, destroy his livelihood. John, somebody said Wilkes Booth, but it's not. It's Richeleo Booth. Posted a picture of himself holding a shotgun at a Florida shooting range, and the UK police treated it like a crime scene. He was arrested, jailed overnight, warned to think about how this post makes people feel, and had his phone and computer seized, leaving him unable to work for weeks. Authorities finally dropped the baseless public order charges, confirming what critics call Britain's new rule: the process is the punishment. Yeah, hey man, so many times you hear that, right? With the lawfare, what they put our president through, and all these different things. But anyways, care to comment? Are you a gun guy at all? Or
I just wonder if the guy that arrested him was named Abraham.
Yeah. Hey, Abe, reincarnate. Yeah, he came back. He came back from the old days. Said, hey, I was going to go to a picture show tonight, but
I'm going after John Booth.
Yeah, there you go, John Booth. Yeah, what a weird situation, man. We also had somebody arrested in the United States last year. Well, it was a couple years back, I guess, during the presidential election, where he posted a meme basically saying, hey, it's okay, Hillary voters, you can vote right now on your cell phone. Just text blah, blah, blah to XYZ. And then he got arrested for that. He got arrested, and again, it's the whole thing of the process is the punishment.
What was the charge?
It was false, misleading, blah blah blah, social. So yeah, they arrested this guy. I forgot the story.
But we have so many
election interference. Yeah.
But we have so many memes out there that are obviously BS.
Right.
And if you're dumb enough to believe these memes, that's your fault, not anybody else's.
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly. Well, there's no IQ for voters, right? There's no IQ test. And, I think there's one party in the United States that wants to lower the voting age to 16, which I'm against. I think 18's good, right where it's at. But anyways, yeah. So take the last minute here, Eric. Give us a little summary of how you can help folks out there and what you're offering.
So real simple. It's a new club. We've been doing it for a little while, but we're really starting to push for it now. And if you're bored, if you're lonely, if you want new friends, if you're trying to become an extrovert, if you're an extroverted introvert, if you're an introvert that just knows that you need to get out, give us a call. Instead of calling the business line, you can call my personal cell phone, 727-565-8601. We go out, we have fun, and right now at $25 a month, you really can't go wrong. But we are looking for somebody with a fun personality.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's a good timing, too. You know, you look at the lockdowns, what they did to our country, locking us down, keeping us indoor. Depression's a real deal, and that's happening out there. And some people have a hard time making friends. So this is a great idea. Great Outings and Travel, Social Club, Eric Conte. Thanks for coming in. Great opportunity to get involved in the community. And, hey, $25. What do you have to lose?
Exactly.
Yeah, love that. All right. Hey, another great show. We had Jeff Hoffman on the front end talking about the mortgage business and real estate as well. And we thank you so much for supporting the show. Just call the hotline. We'll put you in touch with our expert contributors at 813-917-1894. Tampa number 813-917-1894. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.